When you read Matthew chapter 17 and verse 14 to verse 20, as we already read, the disciples of Jesus Christ were trying to cast out a demon. All the 12, maybe they maybe all gathered together, and they were holding one demon possessed boy, and they were telling go, and Jesus was watching all these things. And family, they could not cast the demon out. Immediately Jesus began to rebuke them sternly. What did he say? You perverse and faithless generation. And Jesus said, how long should I bear with you? How long should I tolerate you? Bring that boy fellow to me. And Jesus cast the demon out. So the disciples went privately to Jesus and asked, probably them wondered in their mind, Jesus has more faith, more power. We have no power at all. But what did Jesus say to them? It is not about how much power you have. You unable to lost out of these demons because of the lack of faith. My dear brothers and sisters, many times we are unable to do walk into the supernaturalist because the lack of faith, this unbelief, it's non-conductive to Jesus God's power. When you see electricity, example, when you see electricity, no matter how many kilowatts may flow in line, if you place a wood upon that high tension cable, no matter how power is there is that electricity, the current will not flow into that wood. But if you place a metal, immediately it will pass through. That is why the electricians will wear a rubber slipper, or they will wear some like rubber gloves, or they will use a wood when they handling the wire, because this electricity, this wood is non-conductive to electricity. Never allow electricity to pass through the wood. In the same way, this doubt is like a big block of wood. When you become full of undoubt, you become a block of wood. He will check whether that place conductive for miracles, for conductive with faith, or else he will check whether the place is full of unbelief. When you read Mark chapter 5 verse 34 to verse 41, once the ruler of sinner God came to Jesus Christ and said, my daughter is dying, come to my house and lay your hands upon her. But before Jesus go to his house, in the Jairus' daughter had already died. But at Jesus went there. The moment he went, there was a group of people crying and weeping for their dead one. Ayo poety, like that. They were all weeping like that. But Jesus said, the child is only sleeping, she is not dead, the child is not dead. But in the 40th verse, everyone laughed at Jesus and said, and they said, what is this? பிள்ளை செத்து போச்சு தூங்குதுன்னு சொல்றாரு இவரு. What is this? Everyone ridiculed Jesus Christ. So that place was full of doubt and unbelief. Jesus could not do miracles there. He can't operate such an environment. So what did he do? He asked all the people to get out. All those people were non-conductive for that miracles. Please go out. And then he called only the parents, and Jesus went inside, and then he looked at the child and he said, arise. And the child came back to life. Okay, everyone, my dear brothers and sisters, this important secret, important truth, Peter also learned. He also applied in his own ministry. When you read Act chapter 9 verse 36 to verse 41, after Jesus Christ